All right, we're back. Let's convert this so that we are also going to send an email, and the user is going to have to validate that they have like they give us the right email address and that they received the password we gave them. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a function that creates a password randomly. So that could be its own little challenge. Let's create a little function for it. Constant create key, let's say. It's not going to require any arguments. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leverage the ASCII table. Let's go to the ASCII table. ASCII table. Yes. Where are we at? Where do we have a nice one? Is this one okay? Where are my car codes? Where are my car codes at? Where's A? Here we go. A begins at capital A begins at 101, and then we have a few weird symbols. Okay, so 101 to, let's say, 172. 101 to 172. That seems wrong. I think it's the blue numbers. Yeah, no, it's the blue numbers. Okay, 65 to 122. 65 to 122. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note to myself. 65 to 122. Okay, so I could, in fact, I'm going to test this in a new file. Create key.js. Just copy over this. All right. What I want to be able to do is create a random number from 65 to 122. So what's the difference between those two numbers? Console.log 122 minus 65. Let's run this through Node. I don't feel like doing math in my head. All right, 57. So the range is 57 and the minimum number is 65. Okay, so if we create a random number, let random equal math.random. Math.random produces a number from 0 to 1 with a whole bunch of decimal places. We need that to have a range of 57 numbers. So we're going to multiply this by 57, and we're going to math.round it. Sorry, math.floor it. Okay, so now this will be a number from 0 to 57. 57, actually this will be 0 to 56, because it'll actually never roll a 1. So I guess we need to do 58. Okay. So now this is from 0 to 57. And now if we add 65 to it, plus 65, now the minimum number won't be 0, it'll be 65, and the maximum number will be 57 plus 65, which is 122. Cool. We can make this as a const. And let's verify this. Let's console log this here. Let's console log random, and let's run it a bunch of times. For let I equals 0, I is less than 100, I plus plus, and let's just create key, execute, and let's run this through Node, and it should just spit out a whole bunch of things. Okay, cool. So it's a bunch of numbers, and they should all be between 65 and 122. Looks good. I guess what we can do is we can return this random number. Return random. I mean, it's not what we're going to be doing yet, but just for the sake of this. And we can say, just for the sake of testing, if create key is less than 65, console.log error. Here I'm going to remove this console log, and now instead of doing it 100 times, I'll do it like a whole bunch of times. And if we see no error, we didn't see any error, cool, so that worked. And let's see if it can ever be greater than 122. Nope. Okay, cool. So we're good. Quickly tested our function. All right, so this creates one random number from there to there. If we want to build a random key string, we can convert this number to a single character. So is it string.char at from car code. Yeah, random. Let's console, well, let's store this in variable. Constant string is equal to, well, this is just a character, I guess. Character, let's try logging that character. All right, and let's call create key over here. Let's just do it a few times, I guess. All right, let's run you. All right, oh, that's from this, okay. Slash TFKK, cool. All right, yeah. Okay, so every time we do this, we get a new character. So if we want to build, let's say, a string of 6 random characters, we can say let string equal an empty string, and then we can build a for loop. Let car num equals 0, car num is less than 6, car num plus plus. And what we're going to do is we're going to create this random number. We are going to grab this string from it, and then we are going to add, well, let's call this result. I really like the word result. It tells me like this is the final thing I'm going to return. Result plus equals character, and now in the end we can return our result. All right, and let's cool. Let's console.log our create key and run this function create key. Let's execute it. All right. Cool. JZ-RMF. Yeah. We do have a couple of symbols we can get in there, but whatever. That's fine. This will do. All right. Let's export this, I guess. Export modules equals create key. I guess it's module.exports. Module.exports is equal to create key. All right, and so over here we can constant create key equals require dot slash create key. Let's just verify that this is a thing. Let's log this. Let's just execute it. If it breaks, it breaks. Cool. Let's run this through Node. All right, cool. We got one. So that's working. Note I didn't destructure this because I set it to my module exports. Typically what you'll do when you're exporting multiple things, right, is you're going to put squigglies around it, or braces. If you do that, then you do have to destructure over on the side where you require it. All right, so now we have a function where we can create a key. Quick test over here. No one's waiting. Cool. Little messaging me. All right. Actually, I'm going to pause this and just check my DMs. All right, DMs are managed for the moment. Let's go back to not Discord. All right, here. So we now have a function called create key. Okay, so now we're going to basically need 3 endpoints. The sign in, which doesn't change. Actually, it does. Right, so what's going to happen is when a user first, let me think about this a second. Right, so the auth object is going to gain some functionality. When they first sign up, the auth object is going to get one of those keys. And let's say if it has that key that they haven't yet confirmed, right? So just like theoretically, here's our auth. It's going to have another thing called a key. And if it has a key, it means they haven't yet confirmed. Or I guess we can just make it so that the key can be there and then it can have confirmed as false. And then we can update it to be true. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so sign in can actually fail them even if they have the right password now, because when they try to log in, matching passwords, right. So the alternative to this is if they have not yet confirmed. So we have found user. Okay, found user comes from auth. Okay, we're going to make another if here. This is for the signed in. If found user, if not found user dot verified. All right, we're going to make a new key called verified. We're going to see. We're going to say account not yet, or email, I guess. Email not yet verified. Right. That would not be a 400. No, let's just put it as a 400 for now. It might be like a 401 or a 403. I'll just leave it as a 400 for now. I suspect that might be a 403. All right, and we'll return our client.close. Cool. So now, if they haven't been verified, we will not let them sign in. All right, so that's the only change we need to make in our sign in. Over on our sign up, we're going to have a couple of changes. So we're going to separate this into sign up and to verify. So our sign up is going to change a little bit. So let's say here's where we check to see if it's already in use. If it's not, we hash it. Okay, and we insert one here. Right, so that's the auth. So here is where we're going to have to generate a new a key. So constant key is equal to, what did I call it? Did I call it generate key? I did? Oh no, I think I just imported something new. Create key? Uh-oh. Create key. Okay, so what's generate key then? Yeah, it doesn't know where it comes from. From crypto? What the heck is crypto? Okay, let's go back down to create key. Okay, so this is my key. Okay, so in my auth, I'm going to also have a verified of false, and I'm going to have a key of key. Sure. No problem. So that's the insertion, and they're going to create the new account. Sure, no problem. But now we're not going to pass them the new account yet. The message is going to be more like, yeah, account creation successful. Please see email for key, something like that, right? And here we're not going to pass them back any data. Right? We're going to get a little stingy now. So at that point, the front end, right, they sign them in. When the front end gets back to this 201, now it goes back, now it pops up like a single entry where they have to enter their key. And when they click that submit button, it's going to hit this new endpoint we're going to build for a verify. I guess it's worth adding, somewhere over here, we will have to send an email to the user with the key. Right? We're going to have to send this variable to them. I'm not going to do that part because I don't feel like setting up a bunch of email stuff that could take an hour or two. Yeah, I'm also not going to make an email for it. Whatever. Let's create our new endpoint. All right. Verify. All right. So your front end. What's going on? I'm missing a parenthesis. Wrong order. All right. Verify key. Sure. Your front end at that point would already have, their email address, and that's the identifier we're using. So you wouldn't have to make them re-enter their email address. You probably already have that in a use state. Although you would need some way for a user who's like logging in, if they lost that screen, to click, hey, I have a key to verify, right? Usually the things that people can do is they can sign in, they can sign up, they can go forgot password, and there's another button to verify. Or maybe your verify email has a link to it, but whatever. All right, so we're still going to extract things from the body. Constant email, and let's call it key equals rec.body. We're going to do our validation before we hit Mongo. If not email, this is going to be the same as my other ones. Let's just grab a couple of these. All right. If not email, we do that. If not key, missing key. Cool. now we're at the point where we can go to our try, and we can create our new Mongo stuff. Let's just grab this. All right. There's our Mongo. Let's add our catch. And this needs to be the 500s. All right. So now we'll have a new Mongo client connect to the database of crypto. Sure, we're going to find our email. You know what? This is going to be better off for the sign-in one. It's going to be easier to do. So here's our signing in. Found user is equal to this. If not found user, right. All right, yeah, let's grab this guy. This is actually very close to what we need. All right, let's get rid of this. Paste over it. Okay, so found user, we're looking through the auth, we're finding one of _ID equal to email. Cool. If not found user, then we have a problem, the email doesn't exist. If not found user dot verified, so this is actually backwards now. We don't want to let them verify if they have already verified. So if found user dot verified is truthy, now we're going to say to them 400, yeah, that's fine. Email is already verified. And that would indicate to the front end that they should just go ahead and let them log in normally, I guess, like add the password in. All right. So now here we're at the point where in the logic they have, we found the account, they haven't yet verified. Now we need to check to see if the keys are the same. I guess I haven't encrypted my key. I mean, you really don't need to here. It's not a special password. It only gets used one time, so I'm going to go ahead and say you don't need to encrypt your key. Your randomized little string doesn't get used anywhere else. So if not found user dot key is equal to key, right? So if the keys don't match, now we can also throw them back a rejection. Let's throw them back a 401 and say keys don't match, or invalid key. All right. And if they do match, now's the place where we need to do an update one. So here we're at a point now where we can update the auth constant. Auth update is equal to a weight of I don't remember. It's the auth collection. Okay. Let's say db.collection auth.update one. Update one. All right. And the query is still going to be underscore ID and email, but now the the new values will be a $set, and what we're going to change is verified. I think it's verified. Verified is going to be equal to true. Right? Let's just make sure it's the word verified. Search verified, verified, verified. Found user verified. Verified is false. Yeah, okay. It's verified. So verified becomes true. Cool. So now is the place where we're like, hey, well, this really shouldn't be able to not have a match count because we did the same query we did the exact same query when we did our find one. So I'm not even going to check the match count. I'm just going to make sure the modified count is 1. If auth update dot modified count is equal to 0, that's going to be the same message here because that means that it was already verified. I don't know how that would happen because we verified it here, but could I do all this with just the update? No, I need to verify the key. Oh, I guess I could put that in the query. Whatever. I'll leave it for now. Okay, let's grab this. All right. So if the modified count is 0, we're going to say, hey, it's already been verified. Otherwise, we're in a case where they are successfully verified now. now we can go ahead and get their whatchamacallit, their actual account. Are we logging them in when we verify them? Yeah, I guess so. So let's go and get their account. Where's the sign in? Found account. Here, let's just grab this. All right. So this is where here, we have successfully at this point modified the verified, and now we're going to go find their account in the accounts, and if we don't find their account for some reason, we're going to 404 them. Otherwise, we're going to send them their account. Cool. Let's try this out. So I'm going to delete this and this, just so that would restart. Excuse me. All right, messages. I'm going to pause this. All right, where was I? We got the client.close. Okay, we were about to test it, I think, right? So I just deleted things off of the database. Sure. So let's proceed with sign in. Should fail because now there's no. Oh, my server's not on. That'd be helpful. There and start. Cool. Let's try to sign in. Should fail. No account. Perfect. Let's try to sign up. Account creation successful. Please see your email for key. And we don't have an email, so I'm going to have to go and look at the database itself. Let's refresh this. And let's look at the auth. And here's our key. Cool. We're verified false. Awesome. So we're going to need this key. Let's not edit it. I mean, I guess we could as long as we submitted the same one. All right. Let's go ahead and create a duplicate of you. Duplicate of verify. Okay. And I guess I named it verify. I might have named it verify key. Let's go and peek. Verify key. Cool. It needs email and key. All right. So it needs email and it needs key. Key, and its key is going to be this. But first, let's give it nothing and test that it fails us. Cool. Missing email. All right. Let's give it an email. Missing key. All right, let's give it the key back. Let's add a 1 to this. Check it. Uh-oh. It threw us back a 200. I must have done something wrong. Verify threw us back a 200, huh? Let me refresh this. Verified false. Verified is now true, but my key didn't match. My key didn't match. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Alright, where did we test the key? If not verified. If not found user.key equals key. So the found user is coming from auth. Here's our auth. It has a key of key. Alright. And if they are not a match, I guess I can do it's the same logically. Oh, you know what? It's not found user. Right, that's not the same thing. Not found user dot key is going to be false, and false is not going to be equal to key. Okay, so no, that logic I wrote was bad. Okay, let's delete these again. I make mistakes too. Alright, let's delete that. Alright, start again. Sign up. Sign you up. Cool. Creation is successful. Now, let's go get our key again. It's a new key. Alright, a whole new key is available to us. We're going to put it in here, and we're going to add the 1 afterwards. When we send this, it should fail us. Invalid key. If I add something here, it's telling us no account exists. Alright. Oh, let's try to sign in actually before we verify. Because if I try to sign in using this guy, email not yet verified. Nice. Alright, and let's do that verification now. Let's get rid of this 1. Verify the key. hey, we successfully signed in and verified. And if I send this again, email's already verified. Cool. And if I try to sign in now, incorrect password. 5? Aha! Cool. When I signed in, I had a 5. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So that's with like the added layer of having some verification on your auth object. All right. That's it. I'm done. Bye.